Welcome back to Battletoads Arcade, and now we're doing part 2. And now, taking a cue from Street Fighter, let's destroy the plane.
It's just introducing the new game, Rat Fighter.
So yeah, if you know anything about the destroy the car thing in Street Fighter, it's the exact same thing. The thing is that this plane takes a shit ton of hits to be destroyed, because you have to destroy the wheels, then you have to destroy the wings, then you have to destroy the cockpit. Seriously, this fucking thing takes so long to.
It's like you're doing it in real life with a giant oversized toad in real life.
Yeah. How I wish I was a toad that could destroy planes just by punching.
Come on, Pedro, you can do it.
Well,
No, I can't because they don't give me enough time.
Wait, you can. Just pummel it fast enough, or cheat and press A and B.
See, and now he falls there, so fuck it.
Out of time.
I'm guessing that's meant for like you to have multiple players.
Alright, who's next?
Incoming message.
Incoming message.
Oh.
Your cunning glance will never get to me.
Enter my stronghold and you will suffer.
Okay.
And here's the Wookiee Hole arcade version.
Wookiee? For a minute, first I meant Wookiee off Star Wars.
That's what it's named, Wookiee Hole. I guess they took the name as a little reference. I don't know, whatever.
And
Also,
Lucasfilm suit.
The Wookiee hole is very weird.
So yeah, whereas in the NES version he was hanging through a string, and here he has a propeller on his back.
Yeah. I guess it's more comfy like that.
I guess, yeah.
Hey, back off! You've got a perfectly good Aliens movie to be in later.
Oh shit.
Oh my!
What the fuck?
The eyes too.
Jesus.
Jeez, I mean, I don't think even Conker's Bad Fur Day is this bloody.
Yeah. Don't you see, Jover? This is the secret prequel to Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Sure.
Conker's more crude though.
Yeah. Battletoads Bad Croak Day.
He'd literally throw you his blood cells.
How nice of it.
Yeah.
Ah. Jesus.
Chomp.
That's nice.
And there you go.
Ah!
Those sounded nice.
It's trying to do the Wilhelm scream, but not recognize what makes the Wilhelm scream so great.
Let's just say the King's Quest one, that one definitely captured it, because the King's Quest 5 death scream is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that last step was a doozy.
Yeah, if only the rest of the acting in that game was that good.
BRB.
Sure. Well,
Banging down into the barrel, Graham removes the hue. Smell the old fish.
Fortunately, King's Quest 6.
I will not. I don't really want Wilford Brimley to narrate this game. I don't know how he will to.
Hello, I am Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes. Do these frogs have diabetes?
Oh shit! Falling eyes. Jesus.
This kind. Okay, Rare. I get that you love googly eyes, but these eyes aren't even googly.
Or maybe we're a bit too much. Where do you even come from? I mean, I get what you mean, but you need to do a projectile, but God. How many continues do you have? I forgot.
Infinite.
Oh,
Infinite.
okay.
The game is set to free play.
You told me, yeah, right.
I mean, seriously, could you imagine if you had to plug in like a coin thing, insert real money, and then every month Microsoft comes around and takes the money from you?
Yeah, microtransactions. Basically, you have to pay an euro every time you need to continue.
Yeah.
Basically, Dweb's arcade coins, coin requiring arcades were basically the microtransactions of that time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think the one that I spent the most money on it was probably Metal Slug 3 back in the day, but it was because after all the other arcade machines that I actually came up in contact with later on were like at cons, so obviously they were set to free play anyway. So the only one that I legitimately played as they intended to was back in the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You never played one of those waves, I guess?
Played what? Sorry.
Any arcade cabinet in general?
I've played some arcade games, but I'm not quite sure these are the ones that I've played.
It's okay. Oh.
Remember, I don't think the arcade. The only arcades you find here are like in the UK are like beach towns or seaside resorts.
Yeah, it's the same here, pretty much.
Oh.
And obviously at the cons. But again, I don't even know, especially for my country, where they found this stuff, because they had stuff like, a functioning Atari Jaguar CDs and Virtual Boys.
The Virtual Boys were released outside of the US.
Yeah, surprisingly. Or at least they were imported. And guess what, Wibs? I indeed got my eye spinning after 5 minutes of using them.
So the rumors were true.
And keep in mind, Waves, I don't have eyesight problems. I'm perfectly fine, and I don't need to use glasses. So keep in mind, if those things did that effect on me, imagine what stuff they can do to, say, you or Shiroi.
Well, yeah. Well, the console never got a release in Europe, from what I'm seeing here. So.
Also, this Wookiee hole goes on forever.
Yeah, it's also very slow paced.
There.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Just with that, it's finished.
Eyeball.
That was quick.
Eyeball. Ugly mug.
Grog.
Blitzed. Trashed or pulverized.
Indeed.
There you go.
You see the webs. Zits, blitzes. Oh, okay. All right. Let's continue looking. So yeah, okay, let's continue looking for that mysterious enemy.
Right.
Rat, Dark Queen. Oh, there you go. The portraits. So I guess this is still property of the Dark Queen somehow, maybe.
The game doesn't really explain anything. Like, so I guess maybe the final boss. Weirdly enough, the final boss is not the Dark Queen in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's the final boss then?
It's basically a Galactus knockoff.
What is a giant cloud?
No, not a giant cloud, but a giant man with a giant head and helmet.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Not the Wookiee hole. Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
There we go.
beating up more mooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punch.
Oh, Jova.
Skeletons. Yeah,
Jova?
up to you.
Yeah, maybe you have a bit more experience. What experience do you have with arcade cabinets?
Oh, quite a bit. I remember back when I was a youngling, I played them at the barbershop while my dad got his haircut and vice versa. I remember stuff like Punch-Out, Pac-Man.
So you actually had to play the one with pizza pasta.
Yeah, I can imagine a Battletoads arcade cabinet being in someone's haircut place somewhere. And also, Jeva, we call them. I think we call them barbershops around here too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Not just that, Weaves.
Most of the time, we just drop the shop bit and just call them barbers.
Not just that, Weaves. Here's the thing. In other countries, maybe arcade cabinets may have been placed in other stuff that maybe stuff like your country will never think of, like in JavaScript. I could see them using the barber shop for doing so, but probably my country would have never done that. Usually they were always... There were a couple, as I mentioned, the last one I saw officially was in 1996 in a hotel. It was for one of the Dungeons & Dragons Capcom beat-em-ups. I forgot if it was Towers of Mysteria or the other. But basically it was there in a hotel, which was unnatural for me, because every other one was basically in basically stuff like what's the name? Places dedicated to games, or like stuff like the UFO catcher, the slot machines and stuff like that, or pizzerias. So seeing that hotel was actually really uncanny. But it was pretty much the last one I see, and normally before recently knowing that there's still a thing in, just like you said, with the beach towns.
Alright.
So Jova, what's the one? Do you remember by chance the one where you spend the most money on? Like, do you have one of those episodes where your parents handled you a bunch of money, but you ended up spending more than you wanted to?
Oh, yeah. I remember, it was an arcade fighter, I remember. It got really cheap at times.
Street Fighter?
It could have been. Well, considering the cheapness, it could have been also Mortal Kombat 2, but I don't know.
It was the game that involves Mai.
Alright.
You know, Mai, the one clad in red, big boobs, and,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No! Red outfit.
Maybe Killer Instinct? I forgot. Killer Instinct 2.
Maybe that's it.
It was Killer Instinct 2, the one that Mai Shiranui,
That's the one.
That's King of Fighters, my mistake.
Yeah, there we go.
Either King of Fighters or Art of Fighting. Basically SNK stuff. Yeah, SNK back in the day had a fuck ton of arcade cabinets, so it's understandable.
Indeed. So yeah, but guess what? Considering how there's a lot of mice in this particular level, let's just say we're gonna fight the king of all of them.
All right then.
They should have called this game Battletoads versus the Mice or something.
Or even better, the Nutcracker.
Well, Joe, that would imply that they have nuts to crack.
But remember, we're going up against
That's
the Mouse
the
King.
You suck, McBabe! How does it shoot Crow that big?
It's
Now.
It's the cartoon.
yeah, it's cartoon logic.
Yeah.
The fact that their hands and feet can grow up.
Although, believe it or not, the pilot actually tries to explain all that.
For some reason.
And let me guess, it explains it poorly.
That would be putting it lightly.
I haven't seen the pilot. The only one of those legendary god-awful pilots of saw was the one from Bubsy 3D and Wonder Woman. No, not Bubsy 3D, Bubsy.
Ah.
Oops.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Are you drinking too much cider again, Dweebs?
Yes.
Well, it's National Beer Day.
Oh, that's why you're acting the way you've been acting today.
Teo, trust me, this is nothing. I've seen horror.
I still need to hear what happened with Chappie.
Trust me, you do, because trust me, this is nothing.
That was the debut of Drunk Dweebs.
Well, Tio, fortunately, Tio, our commentary is on our channel, so if you want to listen to it, by all means.
Sure. Also, balls.
Yeah.
Really balls.
Players that could just keep running to the side to dodge them.
Great balls are green.
These, the way that they're rendered reminds me a bit of Vector Man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Thank you, Dash Move.
Are we done yet?
No.
We're never. This is Battletoads. We're never done.
Ah,
Of course, more mooks.
Biff.
there you go.
Biff. So as he goes, is this a crossover with Back to the Future?
Or with arms, considering the name.
With arms. Yeah, a crossover with arms, like many 20 odd years before it was even conceived.
What do you know, Dweebs? I mean, you just mentioned Back to the Future.
Yeah, well, what do I know?
Oh, that was cheap.
Oh,
Yeah. Arcade,
Dang.
arcade
I can't
game.
tell what the hell's happening right now.
he just got literally gunned to hell.
Well, I can I get. It's like in Max Payne 3, where they thought it was a good idea in single player to implement basically realistic fire for everyone. So that means that if an enemy headshots you, you're dead in one hit.
Well, it's Rockstar, Tio. You cannot expect that.
I don't know. I don't remember Rockstar games being particularly difficult on purpose.
Plus, that had no involvement from who's the guy who? What was that name?
Remedy. Sam Lake.
Remedy.
Yeah,
Remedy,
that
yeah.
had no Sam Lake involvement whatsoever.
Well, you know, it seems just a
The problem is
big Santa Claus on that
the
portrait.
problem with Max Payne 3 was that it wasn't even a proper Max Payne game as it was originally made by Remedy. So by that point, the problem is that Dan Houser's style is completely different than Sam Lake, which is why that game didn't turn out as it should have.
That's the weirdest thing. I mean, that's probably like the biggest case of critical dissonance I've ever seen in a video game. Critics loved it, but everyone else didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure there are some that liked it, but
Well, it's the main reason because it's not a proper Max Payne game, even though it's supposed to be one.
I've forgotten. Pedro, weren't you going to do Max Payne 3, or did you want me to do it?
Feel free to do it since it's much more akin to you. I can do the first two if need be. The first one is on PS4. The second one, on the other hand, I think it's still only on PS3.
And I've got a PS3, so I could do the third game if you want me to.
Sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
Go ahead. See if you can come back a little bit more sober.
On National Beer Day.
There we go.
Ooh.
This is illegal, you know.
Yeah, it's illegal having two mini boss type having to gang up on you at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in Golden Axe, where the Hammer brothers start becoming regular enemies by the time we reach stage 3. There we go.
It is.
Huh.
Oh. There we go.
Alright.
And now, here's our boss battle.
Alright, let's see.
This fat, muscular mouse.
With the crest, I guess.
Now you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't look too bad. Well, just wait a bit.
Oh, he can roll.
Not just that, but
Spin dash.
not just that, Joe. But trust me, there's a lot he can do aside from rolling.
So he's acrobatic.
Yeah. Not just,
Also, yeah, Pedro, you're right. There's only the first Max Payne on PS4.
yeah. So the second game I think was oh, there
What
we go.
the fuck?
Oh,
And now
this is his final cartoonish form?
yeah, now he's suddenly turned into this huge guy, and every time he jumps on me, I get crushed. This is the hardest boss in the game, by the way.
Really?
I can see that.
Like the big problem is that you constantly have to be wary of his butt attack because if he hits you, you get crushed.
Also, gotta love how there are spikes all around you and in the foreground, but they're not in the actual arena.
Honestly, I'm anything that makes it more merciful. Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. Just basically, but yeah, like I said, just try your best to dodge him and attack him as much as you can. The problem is that this guy takes fucking forever to die.
Alright, have I missed anything?
Yes, the boss. The
This
boss.
guy was smaller, but then he transformed into an even bigger and fatter version.
Oh, there you go, dudes.
Oh, there you go.
Now he's back to his original form.
I come back and he shrinks.
Basically, the king of the mice here, like he's quite the challenge, shall we say?
Sure.
Well,
Thin roll, he can grow big, can squash you, and yeah, he's quicker than you'd think he'd be.
indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh,
It's gonna kill you.
Answer the riddle.
No, I don't think that's a proper time.
and there you go. Now he grew again.
Oh shit.
There could be a riddle. How to beat this guy?
Beat them.
Beat
Yes.
No, it's beat them, not beat.
Yeah,
this.
that's not cheap at all.
You see, Theo, this is a little glimpse that you're getting. He laughs a lot more when he's drunk.
Oh, he's becoming more and more
Who, me
red.
or the red guy? You're not implying that I'm some sort of laugh-free
No,
prick. when
Dwebs,
he's not-
I'm not. I don't even know where you got that from.
Oh, thank God. So basically, every time we beat him, it hits his manly ego so bad he shrinks.
More like
Well,
he becomes red.
Yeah. He's so angry. He's so angry that his ego gets blown that he shrinks and he gets red.
Oh well.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
yeah, that's the thing. It's so cheaply fast. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh, there we
yeah.
go. What the fuck?
From
I
the
just
looks
blew
of
away
it-
his belly button, so now cartoon logic is a balloon.
Yeah. From the looks of it, this game isn't as cheap as the NES version, but it's still a bit cheap at times.
No, it's actually pretty cheap in general.
Oh,
I mean, the only real reason
Given
it's tolerable is because of the free play on Rare Replay.
Yeah.
Frenchy.
296, Blitz 7, and 13.
Golden
9. Gonad. Oh my god, my gonad's been hit.
Alright. Zitz is the collector of corpses.
Dude.
The collector of corpses.
Alright, everybody. In the next part, we finish off the arcade version. So see you then.
Yay. Yeah.
Alright, see you then.
See ya.